Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Deus Ex Mankind Divided Blind. Now, I'm a little bit stuck because I'm looking for Victor Marchenko's kill switch, and I can't seem to find it. Now, according to the email I've read, it's supposed to be somewhere near the boxguard tent, which is this one, because it says the following. We should, one of us should keep hold of Damocles' sword at all times. Meet me tonight in the boxguard tent, 10 p.m. at the lockers. I'll show you where it is. But I've searched this place, I would think rather thoroughly, and I didn't find it. I also checked the lockers themselves, and they seem to be empty at this point. So, although wait, there's a second set of lockers as well. But it also seems, I'm pretty sure I cleared that as well. So, I'm not sure what difference does it make. Although, there was like a strange, like this. And I thought it's some kind of a switch, but I can't seem to interact with it. Like it's not even displaying properly. So I'll try shooting it. Okay, that's clearly doing nothing. This has to be something, right? They said they are going to meet by the lockers, so the lockers themselves must be relevant in some way, and this, is just too conspicuous to be just a bug. But I can't seem to interact with it or anything, so I must say I'm a little bit. Unless it's like a panel that I can hack remotely, but I don't have that documentation, and to be honest, it seems to me that it would be weird if the game restricted me to such a degree that I would have to invest in one particular argumentation out of all of them just to gain access, especially to such a critical item as Marchenko's kill switch. So I'm definitely kind of conflicted about that. It's clearly something, but I can't seem to be able to interact with this. And I have one praxis, so that isn't even enough to buy the remote hacking, because remote hacking requires 2. I'm actually kind of annoyed. There should be an alternate way to get there. There usually is, in this game. You shouldn't be restricted just towards one way of going, because that seems a little bit unfair, like to restrict such an important item just to players who took a particular, one kind of one kind of argumentation.
The clubhouse is closed. We are clearing the site. Transports are en route.
Like, I'm becoming more and more convinced that I need the remote hacking to do that, because this is clearly used for something, right? And I can't interact with this any other way, I don't think. So...
Attention. T-minus 60 minutes to full evac.
Unless I can, I don't know, blow it up by throwable. Are there any like explosives around? Fire extinguisher, extinguisher is not going to cut it. Although maybe I can like use the Tesla to... No, it doesn't seem to target it, like to overload the switch, but yeah, I really feel like I need the remote hacking, but it seems wrong to restrict me like that, you know, to require a particular kind, and there's no way I will have enough experience to buy it before I leave this base. So, you know, I would have to find an actual spare practice kit, and even then I'm not sure if I actually want to spend it on the remote hacking. It doesn't look like there's anything else here. Okay, I need to pause for a second, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, like, the only other thing I feel I might be able to do is like cause, you know, cause how is it called? Like an electrical malfunction in the switch by actually blowing it up. But that seems... Oh, or maybe I can actually throw an EMP to like make it short circuit itself.
Perimeter detail reports east side all clear.
Okay, has something changed? Doesn't look like it, to be honest. Oh, wait. I am an idiot. An actual... Yeah, right. An actual honest-to-God idiot, because I could have climbed. Like, I assumed that the lockers extend all the way to the wall, but, you know, there's a very visible... very visible gap here, and this is exactly... Yeah, this is the button. Oh, and it was just inside the locker at all time. Oh, I'm definitely taking that. I'll try not to use it, but it won't hurt to have it for sure. Transmitter, once activated, will kill Victor Marchenko. Well, that isn't exactly original. Okay, I'm really happy I managed to find it in the end, although I'm kind of embarrassed by how easy it was eventually, and how I didn't notice that. Now, do I want to go through here? This is not actually my objective, so I'll check it. Oh, It literally does nothing. It just goes into this room anyway. So it's literally pointless from my current point of view. Well, let's finally go into the elevator. And this will presumably take me all the way to the surface, I would imagine. Exiting restricted zone. Yeah, it seems to be a place, yeah, sortie means exit in French. That's a nice view. And I guess that is chicane. I wonder if I can actually kill myself by jumping out. Nope.
Ready to get the hell out of here?
I think so.
Here, isn't it?
The hell happened? Where's everyone?
Martial law.
Oh.
Riots in Golem spilled over into Prague. Entire city's on lockdown. None but state police allowed in the streets tonight. They've all got itchy trigger fingers.
Wonderful. Dr. Miller? Told him to meet me at the office?
He'll be waiting for you. Of course, you'll likely be shot getting there.
Now, to be honest, I kind of don't understand that.
Watch yourself out there, Jensen.
Alex, it's me. We need to meet.
You got a location? Because the streets aren't safe tonight, man.
Can you make it to the limb clinic where we met before?
Yeah, it's not far. I'll meet you there.
Now, to be honest, I don't really understand the working relationship between the Czech state police and the task force, because you'd think if the Czech Republic is a signatory of the treaty that gives the task force jurisdiction to investigate and counter terrorism, within the borders of the Czech Republic, then the least they could do is ask for an exemption from the curfew, because to me it doesn't seem like you could be a very effective counter-terrorism unit if you're subject to things such as a curfew. Although maybe what he meant by me getting shot is that on top of me being an agent, I'm also an Aug, so maybe it's kind of, overrides the other thing. Like, they are so suspicious of Augs at the moment that even though I am an agent of the task force, they don't really care that much because I'm still augmented. Does he have anything to add?
What's the matter? Getting cold feet?
Just curious about something. About what happened in the Alps.
I'm thinking the same thing. Though it's almost like they knew we were coming, isn't it?
We?
No need to mince words with me, Jensen. Say what you're really thinking.
They were ready for me, she came. And when I tried to reach you on comms...
Motherfucker. Are you saying I tipped him off?
Easy. I'm just trying to make sense of what happened.
Alright. Look, it might have been my fault. I thought I was careful, man, making the approach like I did, but after I dumped you off, I got picked up on radar. I got sloppy. Easy as that. Shit. Maybe I've lost the edge.
I don't think that's it at all. They knew we were coming the moment we lifted off from Prague. And not a lot of people knew we were going.
What? Miller?
I don't know. I don't really know who everyone is yet, who I can trust.
Listen, Miller would have preferred to send Mac and the strike team, so...
Forget it. I'm just tired. Not getting much rest lately.
Hey, look. I know it ain't easy finding your place. Believe me, I know what that's like. We're all on the same side here, alright?
Are we though?
This task force is your family. And if you can't trust your family, man, you're lost.
Thanks, Chicane.
Anytime. Now do me a favor and try not to get your clank ass shot out there. Alright? Boss is waiting. I suggest you get a move on. Boss is waiting. I suggest you get a move on.
Now, to be honest, I don't trust anyone at the task force because, well, I do know for a fact that they are a puppet of the Illuminati. What I don't know, I guess, is if they know that, because it's entirely possible that some of them, or even most of them, are genuinely just trying to do their jobs the best they can, because they don't know who they are really reporting to, because obviously even what's his name, Manderly, even Manderly is officially just some government official, so Miller himself might not know about the Illuminati, but in the end I feel like it's not wise to trust any of them, just because even if they don't have bad intentions, they are still being puppeteered, whether they know it or not.
Don't know why he didn't listen. Let's see what we have. Fuck! Then why did he run?
What's the holdup? So?
So we killed a citizen.
The city's on lockdown. A true citizen would respect that. Get him in the truck.
Fuck, I'm glad you're okay, man. But you can't go off the grid like that again. Not with me.
It was an emergency. Maybe this will make up for it.
Is this the orchid?
What's left of it. Marchenko admitted killing Rucker with it right before he dosed me, so be careful.
Puta madre.
Think you can get it analyzed?
Yeah, we got a couple of scientists on the collective's mailing list.
Good. Something big is coming, Alex. Ark's being framed for a terrorist attack that hasn't occurred yet.
They're gonna take more lives, blow up another train station? Jesus, Adam, look at it out there. Any chance we had of easing fears and fighting people's hatred will be gone. That piece of shit UN legislation will pass, and we'll all be thrown into Aug-only hellholes like Udalek.
While Nathaniel Brown sits back and earns trillions.
Brown? That slick suit from the Santo Corporation?
Page said Brown was calling the shots, and in Switzerland, Marchenko said Brown had confirmed date and time.
But where? Brown's been traveling extensively, promoting Rabia and his Safe Harbor initiative. His next junket's in London. But if he's behind this, he's not gonna attack himself.
Maybe not. Marchenko also mentioned someone who can tell us. But I have to meet with Miller first. How soon can you get the sample analyzed?
As fast as possible. If you're meeting with Miller, be careful. You walked into another ambush in GARM, and Miller's not off my suspect list yet.
We'll see.
Yeah, to be fair, he isn't off my suspect list either, but because clearly, even without talking with Chicane, it was clear that there might indeed be an actual, I guess they are not traitors technically, because the whole organization is a puppet of the Illuminati, but what I mean is there might be people there that are knowingly serving the Illuminati and their interests, but the talk with Chicane confirmed it even further, you know, with having somebody tick them off. So I'm not sure what to think about Miller specifically. Obviously there's McCready, who doesn't seem to like me, but this seems like an obvious red herring again, because, you know, you have this character who doesn't like you, and it would be kind of a little too obvious if he was the traitor. I am just checking if there's something new here or something that I've overlooked, since I don't think I have. There's a vent up there. Since I don't think I had the vision Aug the last time I was here. But how does it work exactly? I guess it's like on the roof. No, it isn't. There is just a crawl space here. Throwable container, crafting parts. Oh, practice kit. That's pretty great. I am going to take all those things because the clinic has been closed for a really long time. So, you know, whatever they needed, they would have taken with them, and other people had ample opportunity to take it as well. So at this point, you know, I consider it kind of in the public domain, as it were. Final notice: shutdown. Operations have been suspended, and your team must vacate the premises within 24 hours. We'll send a team to close up shop and remove any remaining medical supplies. Yeah, so I assume for whatever reason they didn't need it, didn't take it. So, as I said, I don't really feel particularly guilty about taking it myself, given that. Now, it seems the whole city is technically a restricted zone now, you know, with it being under martial law. And I've seen those cops, they are notoriously trigger happy. Sam is that SOS, Prakashka. That's in the other district though. Damn it. On one hand, I kinda am afraid that if I proceed with the main quest, it might invalidate the side quest, but that would be stupid from a game design perspective, because the main quest objective is just so much closer, so it wouldn't... most people... Frick. Most people... How do they see me if I'm cloaked? Oh, that's maybe because I'm not. Most people would have gone with the main quest first anyway if I'm dead. Most people would have gone with the main quest first anyway, so I will just hope for the best and go visit the task force, because otherwise, you know, the loading screen at the loading screen at the thing takes a really long time at the metro, so I would rather avoid that if possible, you know, the constant backtracking. There should be a possibility to go through, like, through the roofs or something. Curfew, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Prague code. To be honest, that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Why would there be a code of Prague? Like, why would it be city specific? If anything, it should be like the penal code, or something like that, or some kind of an executive order. Okay, somebody is under arrest, but I don't think it's me at the moment, at least. But I doubt I can do anything to help those people being detained in the streets. Okay.
Adam, it's David. We need to talk. In private.
Nothing's more private than my info link.
I'm not so sure. I've sent a secure vidcall number to your smart home system. Get to your apartment and call me.
Okay, so that's another reason to go back to Prekashka, which I will after finishing here.
Agent Adam Jensen.
We sent a team to sweep the GARM facility. If there's anything there in that facility in the Swiss Alps that might point us in a direction, we'll find it. I just hope it happens soon.
Delara, what are you doing here?
Is that going to become our standard conversation starter?
I'm serious, Delara. It's dangerous outside. Non-essential staff should be home. How did you even get...
Ouch. Non-essential.
I just meant...
Work with me, Adam. I was trying for a little levity. Truth is, watching Picus News, hearing that the mobs were getting closer to the city, I was reminded of... Let's just say I thought being 3 stories below ground was better than staying in my apartment. So I called in a favor and got state police to escort me in. Listen, I can tell something big is happening, so I don't want to keep you.
Well, I will ask what's going on with her.
You doing okay, Delara?
Look, Adam, I didn't tell you why I left Limb International. That I was in session with a patient when the incident hit, and that I was...
You were attacked.
Her name was Madeline. She was 13. A really sweet kid. One minute we were talking, laughing actually, about something silly I'd said, and the next she was...
It was a terrible day for everyone.
After I fought her off, she just stared at me like she was totally aware, you know, but not in control. God, Adam, I could see in her eyes that some part of her was still in there, locked away. And she was terrified.
Delara, I'm sure the girl...
Madeline. Her name was Madeline. You know the part that I'll never forget, though? The thing that keeps just replaying in my mind over and over?
Security killed
Right
her?
before she jumped out of my office window, I could swear
She killed herself. Do I know how she feels? It was kind of different for me, because the signal didn't affect Jensen, at least not to that extent, because he did have some glitches and stuff, but he didn't get the biochip in the end, so he wasn't susceptible to the full power of it. To be honest, those two responses are kind of similar. They are both trying to point out that that the experience, that surviving it, proves that she's strong or something. this seems more... They are both decent. I'll go with this.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound insensitive. But you made it through that, Delara. And I think you're stronger for it.
Thanks, Adam. Guess you just think you're over something, you know? And then...
I understand. But regardless of the reason, you took a risk coming back here. These are dangerous times for everyone.
You don't need to worry about me, Adam. I'll be fine. I'll just hunker down in my office until the storm passes. Besides, I hear I have a very comfortable couch.
Just take care of yourself.
I always do.
To be honest, first of all, I feel like it might not be as bad of an idea to, bunker down in the headquarters of an anti-terrorist task force at a time like this, because obviously this is very secure. This is full of people who have military training, and of course it is hidden on top of that. So I don't really think... I kind of understand her way of thinking, because obviously if you're in her apartment, the police can probably break down your door at any moment they choose, for whatever bullshit reason they choose. Whereas here, they can't even find you, and if they could, you have all those other people that could help you defend yourself. But also, what she said, I found it to be pretty touching, but also I found it to be interesting, because she mentioned, I guess it was more of a feeling than any concrete proof, but she said she felt as if the girl knew what was happening but couldn't control her own body, which is a different narrative about the Aug incident than I assumed, because I assumed those people were just totally out of control and they didn't perceive reality in the correct way, because in Human Revolution at the time it seemed like they were hallucinating, like they were talking about things that weren't there, lashing about and all that. But to be honest, I feel like if they were aware of what's happening, but the nervous control, the nervous system control of their own bodies was overwritten, then it's somehow even worse, because you're basically a prisoner in your own body, and you watch in first person as your body does all those horrible things, and you can't do nothing to stop that. That is, like, if I were to choose, I would much rather prefer, not to remember it. I would much rather prefer to experience it as some other situation, as some hallucination that was a totally different situation, rather than being basically a passenger inside my own skull, watching the events unravel and not having the power to stop that. So that's kind of interesting at the very least. Even though, as I said, I feel like it was more of a figure of speech on her part, rather than any actual scientific proof that this is how it went down.
I'd avoid McCready if I were you. He said something about if you wanted to step out of line again, he'd be happy to set you right. Mac didn't take too kindly to your little trip to the Alps.
Why? Why would that be a problem? Because they wanted to send him initially, I guess. That's what Chicane said.
Hey, Adam. How'd you get here? I thought the city was locked down.
It's like a war zone up there.
The police scanners are going crazy. Did you engage them?
Well, actually I didn't. I guess it counts the fact that I was spotted, but I didn't attack any of them. So...
Interpol is trying to stop a massive terror attack from happening. We have leads to follow up on, and we're running out of time.
I know that.
So when corrupt, violent maniacs attack me on a city street with lethal force, believe me when I say I'll return the favor. It's horrible out there.
I was just cleared for active duty. I don't want anything to mess that up. I'll wait out the storm in here.
Whose unit are you assigned to for your next mission?
McCready's.
Really? I thought...
He actually recommended me. Told me I shoot better than anyone on his team.
That's great. Talk to you later, Aria.
Bye, Adam. See you out there.
I'm actually kind of annoyed that the game implies that I've shot at the police, because I didn't. They shot at me. I ran away, specifically not to fight them.
They're trying to lock it down, but I was able to bypass most of the state police.
Good for you. The last thing we need is more bloodshed. There's been enough already. If I had your stealth training, I might head home, but I think I'm safer in here. Plus, my test results are in and they're putting me back in the field, finally. I don't want to run in with state police messing that up.
Whose unit are you assigned to for your next mission?
McCready's.
Really? I thought...
He actually recommended me. Told me I shoot better than anyone on his team.
That's great. Talk to you later, Aria.
Okay, that's
Bye,
weird.
Adam. See you out there.
Because I feel like the beginning of that conversation was actually different. And then the ending was the same, so that's kind of confusing. Okay, that's new. Bomb maker captured. Interpol successfully apprehended Allison Stanek. Incidentally, I had a friend at primary school whose surname was Stanek, but as far as I know, he wasn't a bomb maker of any kind. Demolition specialist with the ties to augmented cult. Interpol hopes her interrogation will shed light on more terror plots. And this is about martial law. Lawmakers in Prague, working under direct instruction from the Army of Czech Republic, declared a state of emergency by the following unexpected death of Dr. Talos Raka. We believe that the terrorists living inside Utolek complex will use their leader's death as an excuse to rain more mayhem down on Prague. Which, incidentally, I believe is actually kind of true in that specific case. Riots have been going on all day inside Golem. We cannot and will not let that happen here. Martial law is in effect until the crisis is lifted. Sweeping powers to enforce peace. Curfew has been enacted and no citizen, argumented or not, is allowed on the streets. Goes without saying that any who break the curfew or resist police orders will be dealt with harshly, by which they meant shot. Now, I'm not sure why didn't I hack her computer before? I'm pretty sure I must have been here.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
Damn it. Oh, and I guess this is her Aug. This is her Aug passport. I actually have the same one. Yeah, I was here. I looked at this Tuscany postcard or photo. I'm not really sure what to think about that, to be honest. Although maybe I didn't hack it because I suck and I couldn't. Like maybe I failed, as I did just now, actually.
Access granted.
Neuropocene. Shipment came in at last. Leave before you're off shift, so I drop it before I go. Need to fill out the usual dosage report on my computer before you take the drugs off-site. The password is neuropocene, so I have a password to the computer in the infirmary, but I think I hacked it. Safe is not working. From Aria to Peter Chang. Changing the code to refresh. It's not working. Follow the usual steps, but it's stuck on 2023. I don't think it's me, or maybe it is me, who knows. That's why I'm in charge of the guns. It's not you, it looked like a circuitry program. And gold star for taking me seriously too. At least someone understands the need for security in this place. Thanks, Chang. McCready. He's a world-class prick, but from what I hear, he's got some bad history with Augs. Not that I pretend to know what it is. Yeah, his squad got decimated by augmented people during the incident, right? Shouldn't absolve him from being a decent human being, but there it is. Prick aside, he's a pro and recognizes how useful they can be in an emergency. Thing is, given Prague is one of the most anti-Aug cities on the planet, probably not the best place for an augmented agent. I hate to say it, but good or not, the thought of a well-armed and well-trained Augs walking the streets scares the shit out of most people. The biggest problem is Jensen. Normally agents answer to Mac, but Jensen... So that's like a jurisdiction problem. He feels that I am overstepping my boundaries. I blame Director Miller for that. Mac has been here longer than anybody, and everybody looks up to him. He's the deputy in everything but name, so Miller should stop cutting him off at the knees. Okay. Delara, I wanted to thank you again for your relaxation and meditation tips. When I'm back in the field making a difference again, a lot will be due to your help. Oh, so I guess she had like training how to reduce her stress problems. I don't just do it because it's my job. I would do it for you even if it wasn't. I hope everything works out for you. You're a remarkable person for many reasons. Okay. I do have the code to the safe as well, which I will check. There's some grenades, not going to steal them, that's kind of rude. I was mostly looking for information. Okay, let's save and continue onwards. Now, is there anyone at the cells? That's what I'm kind of interested in. Judging from the map, no. Oh, she is here. Can I talk to her? I guess to do that I would have to... Oh.
There you are, brother.
Allison, how you doing?
You went after Victor. What happened?
All I can say is I haven't caught up with him yet. How about you? They treating you alright?
Well enough. The interrogation was simple. I told them everything I know about Victor, which is not much.
You did that willingly.
The interrogator was respectful. She reminded me of my commander in EOD, who was not augmented, but she treated us well. After the incident, she stood up for us.
You sound better. Like you found some peace.
My isolation has given me time to meditate and reflect. I did not always feel so tormented, so angry, so alone. It is good to remember. You have given me more than I can ever repay.
Yeah, but...
To visit me.
But I'm not sure what benefit she'll have out of it. Because I doubt... I wonder what her sentence would be, you know, for helping to carry out those terrorist attacks. I would imagine it's probably going to be high. Not only because the law overall seems to be much harsher in this reality than it is in the real world, but also because it's kind of a propaganda move, you know. They will probably want to make her well, not really a scapegoat because she is partially responsible for that, so she isn't really being scapegoated, but what I mean is you know, make an example out of her to prove that they are effective and that they've dealt with the problem.
Tomorrow I am being transferred to a special prison. They call it the grave. But I still expect the conditions are better than at the Utulek complex. If you see my father, tell him not to worry. and that I love him.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have freaking willingly created bombs to destroy things alongside with people, train stations and whatever. Because she was awfully like cheaper about it at first. She was like, "Oh, I don't care. The Marchenko's crusade is just and whatever." Like, I am not at all convinced still by her sudden heel turn.
Chang was asking if I noticed anyone suspicious hanging around, or if I felt like I was being followed. I swear, people get more and more paranoid every day. I had to tell Chang, I'm just a janitor, leave me alone. He mumbled something about the dark net and left.
Okay, I hacked that already before. Now there is... at the very least I can check it. Like, I've relaxed my morality measures like quite hardcorely anyway, so you know, I can at the very least check, especially because nobody seems to care, which I imagine is more of a gameplay limitation than it is you know, actual narrative storytelling. But to be honest, it kind of annoys me a little, because I really feel like they should care, especially if I'm hacking their freaking computers, you know, when they are sitting in front of it, which actually did happen on a number of times.
Access granted.
Neuropocene. I'm not going to take it. I have enough. I have 7 vials. That's probably more than I can even use. And obviously the agents themselves are surely going to need it. Like, if there was a praxis kit here, I would kind of consider stealing it. But as it is, maybe the... Okay, this doesn't really show me anything. Huh. Although it kind of does. I didn't notice that. Huh. Is it... I don't think this works properly, because I can't go down here for whatever reason. So, kind of feels like a bug, to be honest. Well, that's a bathroom.
Can't we do something?
Probably nothing interesting here.
You all right, Jensen? I'm picking up a weak signal from somewhere in your system. Huh. For a minute, it seemed like someone was tapped into your info link. Crazy, right?
Well, for all I know, it might actually be true.
Look, if the vote passes, it's not like Augs are going to be crippled. The dampening chip only limits their enhanced abilities.
Maybe it's the words human restoration they don't like. We're saying they aren't human.
Well, the tension out there isn't helping. All the rioting is making it worse for everybody.
Everyone has the right to protest, even the augmented. Besides, the real problem is Ark, and they're not the ones getting tear-gassed in Gollum.
I hate when the wrong people get blamed. It's always the poor, helpless people who suffer in these conflicts, never the real people responsible.
I don't know what you think, Jensen, but all the vote wants to do is keep everyone safe. Human restoration isn't about punishing the augmented. It's about making sure everyone's equal.
Oh, sure. Sure, it's about that. It's not at all about Illuminati control chips. Or about actual, you know, segregation.
No, you're wrong. They've gone too far. There's no reason to lock down the city.
It's not a lockdown, it's just a curfew.
I was outside and I saw cops with riot gear on. It seems like a lockdown to me.
The city doesn't want the riots in Gollum to spill out into the streets here. You know how many Augs we still have in this city? Too damn many.
They're dead. The team in Jakarta. I couldn't save them. Our Jakarta team received an alternate command to head north, right into a trap, and it came from this location.
Oh, oh! That's actually immensely interesting. Huh.
Can't we do something?
So clearly there is a traitor, and an actual honest-to-God traitor here.
An historic event coming up and everything's normal. You ask me? Normal in this case means something's very wrong. There should be network chatter all over New York with the human restoration vote coming up. It's too quiet.
Okay, I see that a bunch of new computers have opened. That's because a bunch of people are not at work, I believe.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiate. Access granted.
Satellite photos. Where the white helicopter came from. But crazy weather patterns made everything go haywire. Dubai? What a senseless clusterfuck. What the hell we were even doing there? It's supposed to be Oman's office jurisdiction, isn't it? It's going to bug me until I know. Yeah, actually the Illuminati wanted us to witness whatever was happening there, presumably so that we can then, on the surface at least, link it to Ark and further exacerbate the divide, which in some way supposedly serves their interest because, you know, they are playing the long game, and even if, like, there's obviously, I'm not quite sure what the plan is at this point, but, you know, knowing them, it's probably something bullshitty and bad.
Can't we do something?
I asked Mac the same thing, told me to drop it. Huh, interesting. So, does he know?
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Maybe Chang has a point. Some people with passcodes that made me despair, even in a place like this. The stories any IT guy could tell would scare anyone in security shitless. No wonder Chang looks like he's having an embolism every time I pass him on the floor.
Can't we do something?
One of the computers uses the password neuropsin. Now where that might be? Wait, you correctly guessed the infirmary? Holy shit, you're a genius.
We'd be less nervous if we knew who did it.
Why are you doing that?
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Dr. Auzanne, contact Central.
Access granted.
I guess that's the point of secrecy, isn't it?
Terrorist funding. I'm convinced Rucker is... Wait, Alexei Murphy? That's a reference to Robocop, right? Smuggling neuropsin and other things into Golem. The Germans never shut down his old operation. He just moved it. Would explain why Ark is so willing to use violence.
We have top personnel,
Bombing
top
tape.
level gear. How are we not killing this investigation?
The recording we got from the state police is corrupt. They can't keep dicking us around like this. We're supposed to be on the same
All this
side.
because of one group.
They insist they had a clear master and they gave us what they had.
Be advised. TF-29
They sound as confused and angry as we are. I believe them. This time.
Roasted hell, Rucker. You started all of this. The threat probability index is inconclusive, but since these guys are augmented, you have to think the human restoration vote could be the target. But what if the upcoming attack is not about Augs at all? I mean, Ark could just be after money. Imagine that. All this destruction for what? A couple $1 billion.
Yeah, I kind of somehow doubt it.
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Looking for Ark members to shake down. Look in the sewers, a lot of Augs. Go there. You best access it from the poor district, there's a locked door. Okay, whatever. I think I'm finally ready to go to the upper floor. Oh, no, because I wasn't here. I guess I can talk to Smiley.
Smiley, hanging in there?
Me? What about you? After your little recon mission, you come back to guns in the street. It's pretty bad out there. Any trouble getting around?
Oh, nothing I couldn't handle.
Well, at least you're positive. Wish I was right now. I've been combing through Dr. Talis Rucker's autopsy report, and apparently the medical examiner found nothing. Can you believe that? Nothing. No poison, no bacteria or toxin of any kind was found in his system. Officially, the cause of death is inconclusive.
Inconclusive? I watched him die, and I know for a fact Marchenko did it. They must have found something.
That's just what I thought, so I got my hands on an earlier draft of the report. And while they were unsure of the cause, at least they knew the effect. An unidentified foreign agent started attacking protein strands, bending them out of shape.
And the body's immune system took it from there.
Exactly. First swelling in the cell walls, then more kinking and bending in neighboring cells. The effect propagated throughout the body, made its way to the brain, where it was game over. Do not pass go, do not collect 200 credits. And that speculation, as they called it, is not in the final coroner's report. As far as they're concerned, the case is closed.
But not for you, right?
There's an unknown substance that kills people in minutes. I want to know what it is. I'm gonna find out. They've already blocked my request once, but I spoke to Miller and he told me Manderley would make a few calls and get things moving.
Okay, stick with it.
Don't worry about that. It'll take more than being stonewalled by state police to stop me. I'll let you know if anything else comes up.
Thanks, Smiley.
Talk to you later. I'm gonna keep digging, see if I can find any more evidence in Rucker's autopsy. Anything that could help catch these guys. I'll let you know if I learn anything new.
Okay, calm down. I haven't hacked his thing yet, so I guess if I'm doing it for everyone, might as well do that as well.
Anomaly detected.
I'll most likely leave it alone, unless he has like a praxis kit, then I'll consider taking it for the good of the cause. No praxis, so you can keep it. Oh, there's an ebook here. Didn't notice that. I actually did. That's the fan fiction he wrote about Delara Auzanne, which is pretty freaking cringy, if you ask me, because he has written himself into this story. Data analysis. Okay, and I haven't checked this. That's her office. Anything new?
I don't know why. I always fear the worst. Good luck out there. Stay safe.
Okay. Can I hack her computer? Oh, I actually can. Wasn't expecting that. Again, it's mightily weird how she doesn't care.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Oh, that's a lot of emails. Now, Ava Cook. I feel like I know that name. I've been setting up get-to-know-them sessions with all of our field officers, operatives. Questions about two of them, Chicane and Adam Jensen. Does Chicane come in often? And who does Jensen answer to? And that's actually a question that interests me as well. I assumed it was MacReady, but when I asked him about it, MacReady's answer was terse, to say the least. You've got keen psychological instinct. You've singled out two of our most notorious lone wolves, Vince Black being the third. Chicane keeps to himself. He never comes in, not even for briefings, which he gets one-on-one from Director Miller at his shop helipad. Jensen's status is ambiguous. Technically he answers to McCready, but because he's our only augmented field agent, Director Miller will put him away for a specific assignment. Mike resents being undermined like that, and he and Jensen don't really get along to begin with. Security precautions. Spoke with Jennifer. Code to the medical cabinet. Until the person responsible for the infirmary thefts is caught. Some specific medications will no longer be. SSRIs are antidepressants. Will no longer be stored in the office safe, but in a location known only to Miller. Welcome package. Default password. Don't hesitate to contact me. Welcome.
The United Nations building is only one possible target.
I'm thrilled you're going to be helping me take care of some of the unique personalities. Really looking forward to working together. If you need to explain how things work with regards to the infirmary and the access to medicine, get a coffee from there. Okay. To be honest, I'm mildly surprised that I still haven't gotten over it that they just allow me to hack their computers right in their face.
They say the next attack is going to be in London. I hope they're right.
It doesn't make any sense for the Diwali to be working with ARC. They're not terrorists. I guess money means more than principles to the Diwali. I'd be real happy to link them to bombing and take them down too. Something's missing.
Okay.
The NSN is down again. I contacted the manufacturer. They just told us to reboot. Jim is furious.
I think I'm ready to go up.
We finally caught a break. We know where the missing UPA shipments are going. I had no idea that Valley were interested in neuropazine. They really have their hands in everything.
Oh, that's actually a new development, isn't it? Because I don't think it's actually not visible. I don't think I was like, this is the Diwali controlled gang territory, and I don't think I was here like ever. So I'm assuming I'm going to go now. But this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to actually save it here, especially because I'm really tired, so it's difficult for me to formulate my opinions, eloquently and sensibly, and I would very much like to, because I am having a lot of fun with the game, but regardless, this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to stop it here, then continue to explore and investigate the facility and talk with everyone in the next one. For now, I guess that's everything, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!